I have story time for you today. Okay, so this was the first time I ever met Dick Gordon, who was the command module pilot on Apollo 12, which, if you've been watching any of my content, you know is my favorite mission. So, I asked Dick Gordon about this picture the first time I met him at a signing event, because it looks like it's a suit tech putting a sandwich into Pete Conrad's leg pocket on launch day, but I had never found any indication of why is this sandwich going in, why isn't it in a wrapper, what kind of sandwich is it? So I asked one of the guys who was in the spacecraft with him that day, and he said, well, we had such a busy period before our first meal period on the flight on the day of launch, they gave us sandwiches so we could easily grab a snack on the way to the moon. And Al Bean, the lunar module pilot, is sitting at the table next to Dick Gordon, and he's like, no, they didn't. The sandwiches would have gotten super rotten. They went back and forth debating whether or not they had been given a loaf of bread to make their own sandwiches, and determined that they couldn't have had a loaf of bread because A, how would you cut it unless it was pre-cut? But mostly because the oxygen would have made it go moldy super fast. But he did corroborate that they did, in fact, have sandwiches as like a snack on launch day. And guess that knowing Pete Conrad, it was probably a ham and cheese sandwich. That same event, I had Dick Gordon sign a picture of Earthrise for me. I was just collecting as many people as I could afford at the time on this one beautiful print. And of course, he wrote no sandwich. He ended up knowing me as Food Girl, so that was fun. Dick Gordon was completely lovely.